There are so many words that help us to understand the great gift of salvation that God has given us. We find one of those in our passage today of 1 Peter chapter 1, verses 17 through 19, and it's the word ransomed. Listen to what it says. And if you call on him as Father, who judges impartially according to each one's deeds, conduct yourselves with fear throughout the time of your exile, knowing that you were ransomed from the futile ways inherited from your forefathers, not with perishable things such as silver or gold, but with the precious blood of Christ, like that of a lamb without blemish or spot. This is a wonderful passage. I would encourage you to go back and read this over and over throughout the day. But I want to focus on that concept of being ransomed, because that word helps us to picture that we were taken into captivity. We were stolen. We were enslaved. We were bound up by our enemy. But Jesus came, and when he died on that cross, he ransomed us. He paid the price for us to be set free. What a wonderful picture. And notice what he says here, and this is so important. You were ransomed from the futile ways inherited from your forefathers. Now, I think as Peter writes here, to the Jewish mind, their futile ways were the works of righteousness, the keeping of the law in order to be right with God. Their ceremonial traditions that they felt would make them right with God. And Paul says, or Peter says, you were ransomed from that type of lifestyle. But for you and I, it may have been different. But we have been ransomed. The world that wants to make its own way of salvation, the world that wants to make its own standards to make life valuable and important. We've been ransomed from all of that. We've been set free. And now we belong to him. He is our heavenly Father. And I must note in verse 19, the price of our ransom, the precious blood of Christ, like of a lamb without blemish or spot. Nobody but Jesus Christ and his pure, undefiled blood could pay the price for our ransom. But my friend, today, if your trust is in Jesus Christ, rejoice. You have been ransomed. You have been set free. You have been given a new life, and you can move on in that new life to grow more and more to be like Jesus, the one who paid your ransom price.